He smashed
You're
a
still
phone.
the worst flopper in the
I wouldn't say
NBA.
out of a fan's hand because it didn't quite make it out of the fan's hand. But an apparent Jazz fan last night called Harden the worst flopper in the NBA, was obviously trying to get a rise out of him. So, Tracy, was Harden out of line?
Depending on where the phone was in his airspace, I mean, if it was right there in front of his face, I mean, I think the fan is out of line. But if it's just fans just standing in the stands and holding his phone out and talking to James while he's walking by, then James is out of line. I think the fans think sometimes they could cross that line because we are who we are and can't put our hands on them. But when you cross that line, man, like anything goes.
It is in the absolute definition a line. And earlier this season, one of the Jazz players, now a Cav, Rodney Hood, was fined $35,000, which is a little bit more than an iPhone costs, I think.
Yes, and Russell Westbrook, right, had the incidents with the fans coming off the court just the other night.
And Westbrook was more of an intimidation. He didn't hit the thing. But first off, I think James Harden, if indeed they review this and see that he wasn't in his space, James Harden is going to get fined for it because they've already set the precedent. And frankly, I would say to Utah Jazz fans, this is a Jazz fan, do yourself a favor and keep their phones out of the players' faces. Keep it back a little bit tighter. Don't stick it out there. If you want to call the guy a flopper, look, I get heckled in all these buildings. You've been heckled your whole life. I mean, it happens.
But let me help people understand. Like, there's a difference than I'm here holding my phone away from you than having it here
in your
holding like in my personal space. I mean,
that's good.
There's a difference. Like Westbrook say, I mean, you wouldn't do that if we wasn't on camera.
I mean, how long did it take you, Tracy, to really be able to block out people yelling people yell some pretty crappy
Especially
stuff
when they came back to Toronto.
Yeah, there are definitely some nasty things that have been said over the years, but
and it's not something you're born knowing. We're human. Like, it's not something you're born being able to block out. So how long into your play-on career did it take you to just really ignore it?
I mean, my thing was fans can't come down and play. Whoever they're cheering for is about to get it. They're just feuding that feud.